Hi. What can I say that hasn't been already said? We are in uncharted waters. Check. We are in unprecedented times. Check. But what we haven't talked about in any seriousness is mental health. So I'm going to do a series of videos to make sure that you are looking after your mental health. Millions and millions of people suffered from anxiety and depression before this crisis, and millions more will be suffering afterwards. So what are we up against? Well, fear is the main thing. Fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of being unable to cope and being out of control. Now, when fear meets uncertainty, then what we get is anxiety. Anxiety is perpetuated by worrying, by ruminating, by just getting these negative thoughts. So I'm going to talk to you about why we worry, why we get stuck in the groove of worrying. The brain, our cortex, is geared up for problem solving. We see danger, we run, or we fight. We're not particularly equipped with staying put, doing nothing. So we need a new set of skills. But the reason why we worry is because the brain thinks it's doing something. So the brain says to the other side of the brain, the primitive brain, what we're going to do about this virus. And the primitive brain is saying, I'm on it, I'm worrying about it, I'm ruminating about it, I really am doing something. And we then project what if. But when we're doing this what if scenarios, if this happens, then I'm going to do this. If this happens, I'm going to do this. We're actually releasing negative hormones into our system. The two culprits are adrenaline and cortisol, and they stick around. And what they're doing is actually depleting our immune system. We also think that by worrying, we are in some sort of control. You're not, because mostly when we worry, we go to the worst case scenario, release all these cortisols and all these adrenalines into our system, and then we get to prove ourselves right. But in this situation, we're never going to be right. We've never been here before. So you will hear techniques such as living in the here and now. Really important. So they say that we may be in this situation for 3 months, 6 months, a year. Who knows? We don't know. But if you can project your mind to 6 months, which is September, October time. So, okay, in September time, I've lost my home, I've lost my job, I've lost everything. Okay, now pull it back. June, pull it back to June. What will have happened in June? Well, in June, I will be at the point of losing my home, and the banks will have foreclosed on me and whatever. And then pull it back to the end of this month, to the end of April. What's going on the end of April? And go into your wildest fantasy. I won't be able to eat. There won't be enough toilet rolls. There won't be enough pasta. All of that. Now come back to this week and then into this day. What's going on today? What is going on in this moment? What are you feeling in your body in this moment? And then next, the most important, what can I do right now? Well, maybe I can take myself out for a walk, do my rations by walking. Maybe I can get on the computer and connect with my friends. Maybe I can go and take a shower or do something in the house which is going to get me in the present moment. while you're doing something which may be mundane, may be boring, you don't want to do it, but it's really important. Do you know why? Because it's teaching you resilience. It's teaching you discipline. It's keeping your mind in gear. And while you're doing that, it's actually soothing your brain and your mind, because the brain loves routine. Routine is what we hang our hat on. When we don't have a routine and we can just loll about in bed and watch Netflix all day, we think that's great, but actually we're free falling. Think about the present moment. What can I do right now? Right now, I'm stroking my dog. Be safe.